What's up, TikTok? This your boy Nelly Nail coming back at you again. TikTok, TikTok. Well, here we go again. In this video, I am going to address a few things that Mr. Brandon Tatum has said in the past. And I'm going to give you the direct answer about Mr. Tatum. Now, see, Mr. Tatum got us fooled. He really do. Because Brandon Tatum don't believe the shit that comes out of his mouth. He don't believe that. He don't. And let me tell you why Brandon says what he says, so y'all can understand why he say what he say. Brandon says those things because he's getting paid tremendously to say those things. He became a white apologist because he's seen how much money he could get by being a white apologist that is black. Now, you think about that for a minute. I want y'all to think about this. Use your head. Think about it. Here it is, a black man that dogs out people that look like him and protects the white race. Of course, they're going to support you. They're going to give you sponsorship. They're going to give you money. Do y'all really think that Brandon Tatum would be as big as he is if he were defending or supporting his people that look like him? Do y'all think he'd be as big as he is? Of course not. Of course not. He would not be as big as he is. And the reason why he is that big is because of his support to white supremacy. Now, let's go back and touch on a few things. Brandon said in one of his videos that we expect him to hate white people. Let me say it again. He said we expect him to hate white people. Now, I've seen a lot of videos, and I listen to my own videos. Now, how did you conjure that up out of anything that was said when people are calling you a coon or Oreo, a house negro? Where did you get the idea that we want you to hate white people? Now I want you to look at the other side of the coin. There are white people that's saying the same thing about you. There are a lot of white people out there. I have friends that are white, and they tell me all the time, how could Mr. Tatum do that? I understand when you call him a coon, Mr. Nelson. I understand when you call him a buffoon. Because when I listen to him, I look at him as he hates his own people. He hates his own race. And Brandon, I don't believe that you hate your race. I really don't. I don't believe you hate your race. I believe that you see the financial gain in pretending to hate your race. I see that you see the financial gain in pretending to be a black, white apologist. See, you might have everybody else fooled and thinking that you really feel that way. Brandon, you don't feel that way. Your parents are black, and I know damn well you don't feel that way. And I know you probably sat down with your parents and you probably explained to them, but Mom, if I go and do this, hey, I'm getting paid. I can make millions on this. I can make a lot of money doing this. Who cares what people think? And maybe they went along with it. But I'm a different person, Brandon. I'm a totally different person. I'm cut from a whole different cloth, bro. You don't have enough money. Let me back that up. They don't have enough money to make me an apologist for white people. They don't make me. I'm sorry. They don't make me. I make me. You understand what I'm saying? I make me. And as a black African man, I would not sell my people out for no amount of money. For no amount of money, Mr. Tatum. I'm not like you. So when they call you a sellout, when they call you a coon, when they call you a Oreo, when they call you a house negro, they telling the truth. They are telling the truth based on your actions. And you done did it so much now to where you can go home and sleep at night now. But I know it used to bother you. You know, the stuff you said about Sonia Massey. The stuff you said about George Floyd. And I think it cuts you so deep. That's the reason why you don't mention those kids that were found hanging in Mississippi. It's some places you just don't go. And I understand. You're not going to go there on that because you would have to go against your daddy. And I'm talking about your white daddy. You'd have to go against him. And you're not going to do that. So in certain cases, you're going to stay away from. In those hangings and stuff, you're going to stay away from that. Now, had it been somebody white that may have been charged for those hangings, then you would have been involved then and you would have found a way to try to defend that white person. That's what you do, Brandon. Everybody can see it. We can pull up all your videos. Is as long as it involves white and black, that's when old house negro Mr. Tatum comes on in there, you know. But if it don't involve that, if a white person's not involved just yet, and it's just the death of innocent children, then Brandon's not gonna say nothing. And that's what kind of pisses me off because you got a big platform, got a lot of followers. You could do the community a lot of good by trying to help find out what happened to these children. But you don't care because it's not going to make you no money. They're not going to pay you to do that. They're not going to sponsor you to do that. You know, you might have to turn in the keys to your Ferrari if you did that. So that when I say I understand you. I understand what you're doing. But like I said, people like me, we don't sell out our people for no amount of money. We don't turn our backs on our communities for no amount of money. You know. But like I said, Mr. Tatum, when them white folks get tired of you, when your usefulness has been used up, that's when you gonna fuck around and find out how much they love you. And they gonna move on to the next. Remember what I said, Mr. Tatum. This your boy Nelly Nell. I'm out.